October 24th, 2023. That was the last time Manchester United won in Europe. 1-0 win over Copenhagen in the Champions League last season. Today, an entire year later, the 24th of October 2024, Manchester United have not won a game in Europe for a year. And what's worse, in 4 of the 5 matches we've played in Europe since the 24th of October 2023, we have led. In 4 out of 5 matches in Europe, we have led and not won. It's not a good look. It's another cross in the Erik ten Hag box. And look, I really think we should have won tonight. And I mean that from the perspective of the situation we got ourselves in and the way we were playing. I think first half, barring a couple of chances for Fenerbahce, where arguably they could have scored if it wasn't for some brilliant defending and goalkeeping. For the vast majority of that first half, I thought we played really well. We have to question the decision to put Mazraoui in the starting lineup, where he put him in the starting lineup. We have to question the decision to not play Ahmad. We have to question the decision to not bring Ahmad on when Rashford came off. And we have to question the decision that he made, which I firmly requested off the back of the really good performance against Brentford, the decision that I did not want him to make, which was to switch back to 4-2-3-1 with Mazraoui at left back or Dalot at left back. Because that's what he did. And that's what he did in that second half as a panic reaction to Fenerbahce equalising. Because honestly, I think we played well in that first half. I'm not going to say we played absolutely brilliantly. Obviously, there was no Bruno Fernandes available, so someone had to fill in the other creative midfielder role. And I was as stunned as anyone when it was Mazraoui. Like, for me, it just made sense to put Ahmad in there, or you play Højlund up front and put Xerxes in there. When it was Mazraoui, I just didn't get it. I thought perhaps it was going to be Dalot that was in the midfield position and Mazraoui would then play as the right wing-back, but no. It was Mazraoui as the attack-minded of the 2 central midfielders, Eriksen as the box-to-box, and then Ugarte as the sitter. The other difference was when we were defending, because I spoke about it again in the Brentford game. Against Brentford, when we were defending, it was 4-1-4-1. Today, it was 4-4-1-1, or if you want to say 4-2-3-1, you can say 4-2-3-1, but when we were defending, Rashford and Garnacho were as far back as Eriksen and Ugarte. But here again is the problem. The one behind Xerxes, when we were defending, was Mazraoui. The professional defender was staying as the advanced midfielder, rather than Eriksen staying as the advanced midfielder and the actual experienced defender as the one of the two. Someone's going to have to explain that to me, and someone's going to have to explain that to poor Amad Diallo, who, if it wasn't for Anthony getting stretchered off, wouldn't have got on the pitch at all today, and you could see how visibly frustrated he was that he wasn't coming on. That didn't work in terms of how we were set up defensively. I think the idea, and I stress, I think the idea was to apply pressure to Amrabat and Fred, because Erik ten Hag has worked with both and knows that those 2 players aren't particularly good when they're pressured. So putting someone like Mazraoui in that area of the pitch puts pressure on them, so they then end up losing it. But I just think we were sitting too deep, so that whole idea just went out the window. So the Mazraoui attacking midfield gamble just didn't pay off. Should have played someone else in there. Obviously, that was addressed in the second half, but in my opinion, not perfected. Like I say, though, I think we still looked good when we were playing 3-1-4-2. I think we still look good. Rashford was coming in off that right-hand side again, looking to create chances, was unlucky not to score his goal. We didn't get Garnacho on the ball enough in that first half, but when we did get Garnacho on the ball, he was dangerous. He was creating chances. Xerxes had a better first half than what we've seen of him in the last few weeks, but he still looks way off the pace, and it was those lot combining in the attacking third which got our goal. Obviously, our goal started with Ugarte doing his job as the holding midfielder, running around, winning the ball back off of Fred. Good work from him. He feeds it out wide. Garnacho takes on his man. Ball comes inside. Mazraoui's involved. Xerxes is involved. Brilliant layoff. And the other midfielder comes forward and Christian Eriksen slams it in the top corner. And I'm running away celebrating, going, happy days. We're sticking with the system. The system when we're attacking is still working. we're creating chances, and we're scoring goals. And this is why it's disappointing that we've not come away with more from that first half. Because Rashford's very unlucky. Xerxes had a couple of chances to play Garnacho in and he missed it. We had a few pop shots that just didn't end up in the right areas. And again, I just think if it was Ahmad instead of Mazraoui in that area of the pitch, or even Dalot in that area of the pitch instead of Mazraoui, I think we would have been a bit more cohesive, created more chances and scored more goals. Outside of that, I think we managed Fenerbahce pretty well in the first half. And like I say, there were 2 clear-cut chances, both from defensive mix-ups, that resulted in an incredible double save from Onana on the first instance. I actually can't remember which way around it was. I'm going to go with Ugarte first. I think it was Ugarte first. Ball came across from the right left-hand side. Lindelof missed it. Tap in at the back post for Tadic. Ugarte from out of nowhere makes an incredible block. And it was his best game in a Manchester United shirt so far. Not only did that, obviously he was integral in the goal as well. Then the double save from Onana. Brilliant work from him. Down low. Then picking himself up. Reacting to a brilliant touch from Tadic. Like, if Fenerbahce would have scored that goal, all everyone would be talking about is an incredible assist from Dusan Tadic. But Onana was alert, he saw the touch, he was ready, made a second save, won the save, and it was 1-0 to Manchester United at half-time. And I'm sitting there going, great, brilliant. Now, what you don't do is you don't do what you've done so many times already in the last couple of seasons, which is A, blow a lead in Europe, and B, start the second half sloppy. And what did we do? We conceded after 3 minutes at the start of the second half, blowing our lead in Europe. Because this team, when they're ahead, switches off. And I don't understand it. You look what happened with the Brentford game. We went in at half-time, really heated at the whole De Ligt incident, come out to the start of that second half, switched on, ready to go, driven, score 2 goals. Today, we come in at half-time going, oh, well done, lads. Good performance. Well done. Nice work, Andre. Nice work, Manuel. Good tackle. Good save. Well done. All we got to do now is just see out the rest of this game. Keep yourself solid. Don't take any risks. This, that, and the other. And we come out with this sort of... Well, no, it's not going to say lethargic. It's... I can't think of the right word. But you know what I mean. When you come out lackadaisical. Complacent. That's the word. Complacent. We come out complacent. We come out with the mindset of... We're 1-0 up, just do what we did, and we're absolutely fine. What's that? The ball's in the air? Who should deal with it? Should I deal with it? Should the guy behind me deal with it? Should the goalkeeper deal with it? Should someone do it? Someone should deal with it. Most likely candidate is Victor Lindelof, but not a single person tried to deal with it, and El Nassiri scores. Obviously, Lindelof is hooked, and fair enough, he made the mistake. But this is when my concern came in, is that when he was hooked, we went back to the 4-2-3-1 with Mazraoui at left back instead of Dalot this time, because Dalot played right back in the first half, I guess. But Mazraoui played left back, Casemiro and Ugarte, Eriksen, Rashford, Garnacho, Xerxes, and then obviously switched to Højlund. It didn't work. It didn't work. We looked semi-dangerous for like 10 minutes in that formation. Then for the rest of the game, it's how it's been for the rest of the season playing in that formation. Disjointed, players out of position, too static, too rigid, can't create the right opportunities, not creating enough chances, pop shots, rebounds, half chances at best, couple of half-decent saves from the goalkeeper, but nothing too significant. Don't get me wrong, made us more defensively solid. We didn't look at any risk of conceding once we went to 4-2-3-1. But we've already drawn the first 2 games in this group. We can't afford another draw. We can't afford to keep dropping points in the league and in the Europa League. We need to start winning games. The only way we're going to do that is being more front-footed. And unfortunately, when we play 4-2-3-1, we're not front-footed enough, and it's too easy to deal with Rashford and deal with Garnacho and deal with Eriksen and deal with Højlund because it's just so frigid. And then obviously we made the change. We took Rashford off. We put Anthony on. Did that change anything? No, it didn't. And again, poor old Ahmad is forced to sit there and watch as another player comes on in one of his positions. And I don't know why. What's he done wrong? Brilliant start to the season. Looked like he was going to be a breakout star of the season. Now, he can't get a start in midfield over Mazraoui. And he can't get a start on the wing over Anthony. He can't get a start on the wing over Rashford. And he can't even get on the pitch over Anthony. I feel sorry for him. I really do. And unfortunately, that decision has cost us the game. And I mean the decision to go to 4-2-3-1. It killed our creativity beyond the 60th minute. It really did. And unfortunately, I think the manager, who has to take a massive W for his tactical approach to Brentford, has to take a massive L for his tactical approach to this game. And in particularly, the decision to start Mazraoui. And in particularly, the decision to change it back to 4-2-3-1 in the second half. But it is what it is. We are where we are. 3 points from 3 games. Bottom half of the table. Where have I heard this before? Exactly like we are in the Premier League. It's got to be sorted out fast. We're away to West Ham at the weekend. What tactical approach is he going to apply this time? I guess we'll find out on Sunday. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Thank you very much for watching as always. I'll see you very soon.